Hello, welcome to my channel. I thought as part of my YouTube channel I might share some yoga witterings from time to time. There's lots of very polished yoga content on YouTube, Instagram, etc. But this is just going to be true talk from somebody who's done yoga for a really long time. So I hope you don't mind the kind of raw vloggy nature of it. Let me know what you think in the comments of this format. Over the last few weeks I've had loads of people ask me to recommend them a good yoga mat. So we're all in lockdown and we've all decided to start practicing yoga at home. Fantastic, I'm so excited. Practicing yoga, starting at home, brilliant way to begin your journey with yoga. However, I won't recommend you a yoga mat, and I'm going to explain to you why. What I'm going to do instead is give you some tips and thoughts on things to consider when deciding what mat to buy. We're all pretty much doing yoga at home now, unless I don't think you're even allowed to go and take your mat to the park, are you? You need to keep moving for the social distancing rules, certainly in the UK. So we're all practicing at home, but are you practicing on carpet, hard floor, or anywhere in your house you can grab 10 minutes without somebody driving you around the twist? The reason I ask is what surface are you practicing on and how much room you have might dictate what mat you buy. So if you've got really thick carpet, you probably don't want a really thick mat on top of that. It's going to make you wobbly. The more cushiony and squishy it is, when you stand on it, particularly on one leg, your foot's going to kind of squish down into it and wobble, which can be a little bit challenging. On the flip side of that, if you've got really hardwood floors or really hard floors and you've got knobbly knees, you might want a nice squishy padded mat. I've got knobbly knees. My mat's somewhere in the middle and I just fold it over under my knees if I need to. But that's something to think about. Also how much space you've got. So yeah, where are you going to do your yoga? The next thing to think about is your mat just going to be for yoga? Are you getting bang into all of the fitness classes at home right now? In which case, some of the stuff that you're doing, you might be wearing trainers for. Do you need a really hard wearing mat that's kind of multi-purpose? We like to keep our yoga mats really clean and we tend to practice in barefoot, ideally barefoot. Some people wear socks or kind of little grippy yoga socks. But we're lying on our mat and we're putting our face on our mat. So if you're also planning to use this mat for like, I don't know, some kind of insanity workout, crazy burpees, jumping around, I love all this stuff by the way as well. You're going to be wearing trainers because you're going to be using your feet in a completely different way. You're going to be putting your trainers on that mat. Maybe you need something really hard wearing that you can wipe down, like a, I don't know, rubbery mat or something. So what are you going to be using this mat for? Is it just for yoga? And the final thing that you need to think about, and this is why I won't recommend you a mat, is a combination of budget, experience and personal preference. Now, experience is not to say that you are only worthy of a really posh mat when you've done 100 hours of yoga. And that's not the case at all. You don't need a really fancy yoga mat to do yoga. You just need you. You could do some yoga right now. Yoga is not just the shapes on the mat. It's everything that we encompass in a 1 hour class and then we take away into our lives. So if you want to treat yourself to a really nice mat because you're feeling excited about yoga, by all means. But I practiced from childhood up until my early 20s without a mat at all. I used to go to classes and I'd borrow one or I'd use the mat in the studio. But when I was a kid, I was learning on like thick 90s carpet, and boy did it give me strong legs. But I never knew any different, even if my feet were slipping around a bit in my wide-legged forward folds. So you don't need a really posh mat. The reason that I say experience is a factor is because experience will work out what your personal preference is. And budget will play into that. Maybe there's something that you really feel is important once you've gotten to know your body and you know how it all works, that you really feel that you need from a mat. Then you go for it and you spend some money on that, but you're not going to know that until you've really been doing yoga for a little while. And then budget, well, the sky's the limit. Yoga is a crazy industry. People spend a fortune on yoga stuff. But I wouldn't spend less than 20, 25 quid. It won't last. You buy cheap, you buy twice. You'll be picking bits of yoga mat off you every time you practice. It'll fall apart. Sometimes the cheap ones really stink of plastic. Material is something that some people feel really strongly that they want sustainable products that have come from ethical sources. Those all drive budget up as well. So it's really personal how much you want to spend and what you want to buy. What I think is more important to purchase for your home practice, particularly because you're not going to have any FaceTime with a teacher anytime soon, is a block. There are lots of props that we can substitute at home with little DIYs, and there's some really great, improvisations for a block where we're taking books and wrapping them in towels, cans of beans. But if you've got to rest your face on this, you don't want a paper cut in your head. This is great. It's soft, it's firm, you can stand on it and trust it. It's got, like 3 heights. Don't worry too much about what mat you get yet. Just get a decent mat and a couple of these. And enjoy starting your home practice. I hope that's been useful, guys. If it has, let me know what you think. Let me know what mat you buy in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Namaste. Take care, yogi people.